welcome to StoneX Stadium for a rivalry that is truly unmatched. The 39th edition of Varsity between Oxford and Cambridge. But first, let's see how last year played out.
Varsity 2025 is underway. Referee Casey Allen says let's go, and Sophie Shams with the start to this game. Oxford options left and right. Shams is there to feed out to Katie Haynes. Katie Haynes is going to get the first try of the game at the end of the first quarter. It's Oxford who break their bagel. Hawley tries to cut back against the weaker arm. A loopy pass. Luckily for Wilkinson, finds Poppy Burrows. They drive again. Numbers to the left if they get it out. And guess who? Katie Haynes is Katie Gaines once again. Rose for the college. Oh, Lilliberry. Berry's away. Nobody's going to get to her. But the left wing's got two. Now the right wing's got one. And Oxford finding joy down the flanks. On it goes. The drive is there. Zoe Wright celebrates becoming a Blue. The teenager does it for Cambridge. Extra points now are invaluable as she hits it round to make it a maximum 7 with ball in hand. Wilkinson sees a gap. Hamer's there. Hamer goes round an opposite number. And Oxford respond to that Cambridge try with a well-worked score from the fullback. Penalty call. Wilkinson goes quickly. Hall is on her shoulder.
No release.
Hawley slaloms inside one, inside another, and gets the try down. And that, you feel, with 16 minutes to go, could well be the deciding try in this year's Varsity. And there's the first successful conversion from the boot. Hawley raises her arms.
Through the mark.
Good take. And good systems, Oxford. Wilkinson sends it off. And her dark blue team can celebrate. They've reversed what happened last year with that final score that reads Oxford University 27, Cambridge University 7. And there is Alex Wilkinson. There's the trophy lift. There is the celebration.
Well, hello and welcome to StoneX Stadium for the defining moment of the season for these two sides, Oxford versus Cambridge, in a rivalry that just goes on for the ages. The 39th edition of our women's game, and I'm here with two women that know all about the big occasion. Amy Wilson-Hardy, former Olympian, and of course Tamara as well. Thank you for joining us, a Rugby World Cup winner. Well, you know what it's like on the big stage as well. For those that are joining us for Varsity for the first ever time, talk us through this. Why is this such a big deal?
I think it's just the history behind the event. Obviously, you mentioned the 39th time. The men have obviously been playing a little bit longer, but now the women's is a full established fixture, and you can hear probably the bands in the background. Everyone's super excited. It's been streamed all across the world. People respect this game so much, and it's such an honour for them to play. They're international, so it's got so much behind it that everyone's so excited to be part of it.
Well, you mentioned international there, Tamara Taylor, an international yourself, Rugby World Cup winner we mentioned there. For these players on the pitch today, these are the future all-stars making their way onto the pitch. This is their first big stage of their careers for some.
Yeah, it's exactly as Amy said. It's so exciting. Apart from anything else, it's a varsity, so it's a local derby. Doesn't matter what university you play for, what club you play for. If you're going against your local rivals, it is a big game. Awesome stadium here at StoneX, so yeah, it could be the pinnacle for some of them. It could be the stepping stone for bigger things for some of the others.
Well, this is it. Talk us through those emotions coming onto the pitch, because there's some players on each side, and we'll go into more depth later on. There's some players in both Oxford and Cambridge who it's maybe their first time at this level, it may be their third or fourth time at this level, but the emotions are always the same.
Yeah, it's certainly about managing those emotions and the nerves, probably. It can be quite intimidating coming out in a stadium, big crowd. You know it's a really important game, so you're going to be nervous. It's sort of embrace it, but don't let it take over. Still allow you to play your game.
And Amy, you can already hear that atmosphere in the background. We've got the marching band somewhere in the stadium at the moment. But when it comes to a game like this, they're going to be going all out for the win. It's a day where form is out the window. Game plan is out the window. It's all about how you turn up on the day.
Definitely. I think they play in different leagues anyway, so they haven't played much against each other, well, probably since last year. It's all about this. It's such a leveller. You've got the weather that's going to be a leveller as well. It's a bit slippy out there, but I think it really doesn't matter. It's about who shows up, who shows that passion, that commitment. That Varsity, as Tam said, it's a local derby. It's got so much history behind it. So it's about who turns up on the day, who comes out with a bang, and who can stay on top. And
it's that rivalry, isn't it? As we always say, it's unmatched. And these two sides, there's no love lost between them.
Definitely. Well, Varsity started after the England-Scotland international back in the day, and I think you compare it to international because it means that much. Like we said, it's such an event. You can feel the excitement, you can feel the atmosphere, and I mean, I'm getting shivers and goosebumps just thinking about it. And I think there's such an honour to put on that shirt today, to earn your blue, whether it's the first or your third. That these girls will be playing with everything they've got. And as I said, that's just such a magical moment, and it makes you a bit emotional. You're like, oh, yeah.
Well, the excitement is building for us at the side of the pitch here, but it's been building all season for some of our athletes. Let's catch up with the captains from both Cambridge and Oxford to see what they had to say about this afternoon's game.
So what does it mean to captain Cambridge University?
It's an honour to be captain of the women's side at Cambridge University. We've got a really long history of women's rugby here, dating back to 1988, so it's a real privilege to be part of that history and to lead the women's side.
Captaining Oxford University is a responsibility and it's an absolute honour. It's not just a title, it's a responsibility to lead with standards, lead on the culture, lead on the performance that we want to be having both on pitch, but also how we comport ourselves off pitch. And obviously this club has a lot of history, so being able to captain it is a huge honour. I've been here for 4 years, and so having this role means a lot to me now.
And looking directly at the fixture, how do you beat Cambridge on the day?
Interesting. So, I mean, defence always win games. I've played enough varsity games to know that Cambridge will bring it out the bag for the first 10, 20 minutes, and we really have to stay in, so we've got to start strong. And then I think as the game progresses, when we get into the second half, that's where things will open up and we'll be able to play a bit more open rugby, which is our strength, and have our backs express themselves.
What do you need to do to beat Oxford on the day?
I think we need to come together as a team, get around each other, lift each other up. When we play with confidence is when we play our best rugby. We'll need to react. This is going to be the first time that we're coming up against Oxford, having not previously played them before in some league games. So it's going to be a game of recognising, reacting and responding well to what they're putting out in front of us.
And for the fans that are watching at home and may not have seen many games this season, what style of rugby can we expect to see?
So a big key word of our season this year has been expression. Express yourself when you play. So that has been the DNA of our team and the way we play. You'll see players trying to offload, make that attack really slick in open play, and when it breaks down, when it looks a bit chaotic, that's actually where we thrive. So if it looks a bit messy, you might see some good tries.
A whole mix of attack, defence, real grit, physicality and intensity.
And what if you can give us a few names for us to watch out for?
Yeah, I'd watch out for Maud Ringertz out at 13. I'd watch out for Sophie Martin coming off the back of the scrum, and our captain Izzy Miller. They're our big threats.
Yeah, so our outside centre, number 13, Lila Berry, super speedy, really good hands. You'll see her coming in and out of the defence, making loads of line breaks. You also need to look out for Sophie Shams, a seasoned varsity player that most of you will probably recognise. Huge asset in the team. She can play anywhere and she's one of our most reliable players. And then second to that is Amelie Harris-Lovett, our flanker, who is an absolute powerhouse, never stops, and you will see her up until the 80th minute still running the full length of the pitch at full power.
And what would a win mean to you and the team at Varsity?
A Varsity win would mean everything. It's the one big focus of our year. We work so hard towards it, and it would just be the perfect finish to a great season.
It would mean a lot. It would mean, proof that we can go through a very, very tough season. We can take the wins, we can take the losses, and whether it is a win or a loss, we've learned something, we've built character, we've built, standards that allow us to play on a big stage and do ourselves proud. And so winning next week at Varsity will honestly be just the wrapping up of a very incredible season with a great bunch of players that have forged some sort of team chemistry that goes way beyond the pitch, and definitely deserving for all our players this year to get a win.
And describe the character and culture of this club and university in one word.
Family.
Resilient.
So you heard from both our captains there, Oxford and Cambridge. Let's dive into that, because I think that showed a lot of what we're expecting to see this afternoon. Starting with Cambridge, a pretty inexperienced side, a lot of injuries they've dealt with as well. They can come out this afternoon with kind of no fear in a way, right?
Yeah, I think that's how you've got to approach a game like this. I think they've got 18 brand new Blues for this game, so quite a bit of inexperience, but they're just, from what we know, they're going to come out as hard as they can. They're going to keep everything nice and simple and just try and get into the game. Conditions are pretty blowy, so it's going to depend which way round. I don't know if they've done the toss yet as to which way round they're going to play, but it's going to make a big difference in the game, I think.
And then when you look at Oxford as well, they mentioned there about how they like to express themselves in possession. Is that still a game plan to safely go with today when anything can happen, or have you just got to stay true to yourself?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it marks the bravery of a team if you can still play your game even when the conditions are bad, but there will have to be adaptations, and it'll be interesting. I know, speaking to a couple of the Oxford girls, they're firing, they're ready to go, so it's almost like levelling their emotion a little bit to see if they can keep that, offload that flair, that experience that they've got, but while still showing control, and especially with their experienced 10, Harley, their captain, like, can they use the wind to their advantage? We are in a wind tunnel here, one way especially, so use that kick. She's got Blues in football as well, so incredibly talented athlete, and hopefully she can use that to put her team in the position where they can play in the right areas of the pitch.
Well, you mentioned the occasion there, and I think we saw in the packages just now, especially with the Cambridge captain, that the honour it is to wear the jersey for something like this. I mean, you've both played in huge occasions, but for a captain to lead their side out at Varsity, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, you definitely saw the passion in both of those captains, didn't you? Unfortunately for Jackson, she's not actually able to take the field, so she must be absolutely bitterly disappointed, but to still be part of it, to still represent and to support the girls, she's going to be very loud on the sideline, I think.
And this is it, it's all about being part of that unity of the side, and that's actually probably why the rivalry is so strong, because you bleed the colours that you'll be wearing this afternoon. Definitely,
and I think, like I said, although in the moment it's really hard not to be directly involved, I think when you look back on those occasions, there's been times, I'm sure Tam's been the same, where you've been injured and you kind of feel like maybe you're not quite part of it, but then looking back you realise you're part of something far bigger. This is obviously, with Oxford and Cambridge, the rivalry is more than rugby. It's through all the sport, through just them being the universities and the prestigious universities that they are. So they'll look back on this and be immensely proud, no matter what their part was, whether it was screaming on the touchline, running on water, or just being number one hype girl.
Now, I know we've mentioned the conditions quite a few times. Even my hair with all the hairspray in is blowing round as well. But it's going to be really greasy out there this afternoon tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's an artificial pitch, so very different to playing on grass. You might think that it's going to be beautiful flowing rugby, but actually this stadium tunnels the wind down. It's due to rain, so I think Amy said it before, it's definitely going to be playing those conditions. So we will see what that looks like.
Well, let's try and get kickoff here as quickly as possible, and to do just that, we're going to pass over to Rachel, who earlier today caught up with Oxford's head coach.
So Scott, last year had a great result here. Are you looking and hoping to replicate last season's result? Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, last year was my first year as the head coach of the programme coming in, so it was a fantastic day. And yeah, hopefully today the score will take care of itself and we're in a good position to hopefully go and get a win. But yeah, massively excited.
And the squad this week have talked about part of your DNA is about expressing yourself going out there. Do you really hope to see that from the players today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the rugby we've played this year, it's all a bit about the offload and playing fast. And yeah, a lot of our messaging this week is about the players going out there, expressing themselves. It's obviously an amazing opportunity to play at the StoneX Stadium in front of a big crowd. So yeah, massively looking forward to it. And yeah, I think the team are confident in terms of how we want to play. Obviously a little bit windy at the moment, so we might have to adapt to that. But apart from that, hopefully play some good rugby.
And you've had a big season, 16 games, so a lot coming into this. What sort of things that you're going to focus on or you see as your strengths going into this game?
Yeah, definitely. We lost a lot of key players last year, and naturally as a university programme, players obviously progress through. So you've got Millie in the centres this week, who started playing rugby literally 2 months ago and was a netballer and has got unbelievable talent. So, you know, for her, it's a massive opportunity. Players like Isabella Capital, who's playing in the front row, started as a third-team player 2 years ago, now gets her opportunity alongside last year when she started, and it's a massive game for her in terms of how she's progressed and what she can do. So, yeah, gutted to be losing a fair few members of the squad, but naturally with these uni programmes, we obviously progress and we develop. And, yeah, I think playing in this league at this level, 15 or 16 matches, the amazing thing is you've got a game every week, so it's been unbelievable in that sense. But yeah, biggest thing for them today is just to go and put that final performance out on the pitch and go and do themselves proud.
And so how important will be your leadership in the team? You've obviously got Sophie Shams, who's got so much experience. How much of her leadership will you be leaning on during the game?
Yeah, she's obviously huge for us. Sophie Shams, Chloe Marie Hawley, Lucy Hamer, all of these players that played in a fair few varsities. So worked really closely with them over the last 2 years. They know how we want to play. We actually watched the game back from last year where you look at the sort of first 15 minutes and I think we accumulated 9 or 10 errors within ourselves and we all got in our own heads. So there's been big messages around when it does get that little bit gritty, if things do go wrong, how can we get back on task and go from there? And yeah, Sophie, Chloe, they're all calming voices and yeah, in a good position to hopefully regroup and go again.
Well, we wish you all the best for today. Good luck.
Thank you.
So you heard from our Oxford coach there, and I think the one thing he really did touch upon, Amy, is this year's the last year for a lot of players playing on the pitch here at the StoneX. They want to go out with a bang. Definitely.
We've spoken previously about the comparison between the two sides, and you've got Cambridge coming in hot, not knowing what's happening, whereas these girls do know what's happening, a lot of them, especially with 3, maybe 4 even blues under their belts already. So yeah, it definitely, if you can add to the occasion anymore, it does. It gives you that little emphasis, knowing that it could be your last time out on this field and giving literally that old cliche, everything you've got, that, you know, all of them come out 110%, all of those. But if you didn't need any more motivation, that's definitely something there.
In a way though, Tamara, does that add to the pressure that it's your final game for Oxford? You want to do your best, you want to try almost too hard to get the win.
Yeah, it sometimes can't it? And I think they'll probably be in the changing room pre-game, probably trying to settle a few of those nerves, and that the way that you're going to win a game like this is playing as a team. So actually some of the individual nerves and that, this is my last game, I've got to have the best game of my life, you just got to settle into it, and I think that's probably what they'll be saying in the changing room.
Especially for those players that were part of the 27-7 win last year, they want to do the double almost. They want to have that same brilliant performance this time round.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sometimes when you've got that kind of winner's target on your back, it can add that pressure, and I would imagine that's what Cambridge are going to be looking for and hoping for from Oxford's side.
Well, we've heard from the Oxford coach, so let's see what the Cambridge coach had to say ahead of this afternoon's game.
So Will, such a special occasion here at Varsity today. You've obviously got 18 new Blues joining the squad. Just tell us a little bit about how your preparation's going this week for it.
Look, it's been a good couple of weeks, to be honest. You know, after Christmas we get together, we go into camp with the Blues squad, and we had a really good hit out against UEA. And then another good invitational game against the 88s, and they're really sort of they're finding their way, finding how they want to play together as a group. So it's been a positive couple of weeks.
And so for you today, what are some of the key things and the messages that you're sending to the players going into this one?
Keep it simple. You know, it's a young squad. They haven't played a lot of rugby together. There's a lot of players developing their game in the squad. It's a windy day, it's a little bit greasy, so we've got some good ball carriers across the team. We've got good ball carriers in the forwards, good ball carriers in the back. So if we keep it simple and keep attacking the line, play to our strengths, you know, carry the ball hard into the defensive line and get front foot ball, and then play off that as best we can.
And so, as I mentioned, you've got some experience and a lot of inexperience coming inside. Give us a flavour for a couple of players that we may not know about that we should look out for today.
Yeah, I think looking the forwards, our second row pair are brand new to the university, and there's some real quality in there, Erin and Lizzie, so they're ones to watch. Great in the set piece, good ball carriers. They work really hard today. And then our centre pair is, again, two new players to the squad. Both carry hard. Maud at 13 is an exceptional player, both in attack and defence. So keep an eye on her today.
Well, really looking forward to seeing how you go today. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, a big thanks to Rachel there for catching up with both our coaches. You heard from the Cambridge coach there, Amy. It sounds like today he's just going to throw the kitchen sink at it and see what happens.
Definitely, it's exciting prospect for Cambridge. They've got nothing to lose here. They're going in just full of excitement, and like you said, that direct game I think is definitely the right plan, as we can't hide from this wind tunnel and the greasiness. It's direct is definitely the best way to start, and then they can progress the game from there, trying to force those errors onto Oxford. And I think definitely just go in with no fear and have a smile on their faces.
Well, the coach there mentioned the conditions here this afternoon. I know you've played on this pitch in these conditions. Have you got any tips for them this afternoon?
Gosh, we were talking about this earlier. I remember playing a 5-all thriller, Bristol v Saracens back in the day, and I think artificial, and it's easy to think, oh well, it's an all-weather pitch. It is so greasy when it's wet. So I think not to overcomplicate the game. So like I said, playing a simple game is perfect for this. Earning the right to then go wide, and hopefully maybe the wind will take some of that surface water off, and they can actually then start to throw the ball around once they build a platform.
Well, of course, Tamara also played for Saracens back in the day. I mean, artificial pitches, muddy pitches as well, you name it, you've played on it. But I think the one thing that the Cambridge coach really picked up on there, he didn't hide from the fact that this is an inexperienced side, and sounds like he wants to use that as a positive in a way and draw on the girls' experience from other sports that are coming into this side.
Yeah, and also being an underdog. Like, it takes so much pressure off you. I've played in many games for my club rugby as an underdog, so I can totally appreciate that. It gives you a little bit more fire, it takes the pressure off, and like Amy said, the best way is to just start hard. We know that Oxford are a little bit nervous about that strong Cambridge start, and if they get knocked off their barrel a little bit, so yeah, exactly as they've said, just get into the game as early as you can, get rid of the nerves, and that experience only comes by playing, so this is the one.
Ready?
And you can see from the past few years as well, it's kind of gone back and forth with this title. But before we head up to comms, ladies, just give us one final thought each for what we can expect to see this afternoon.
I think, like we said, it's nothing to lose in this game, and everything's level now. It's all about that honour and the pride to wear the shirt. I'm looking forward to see the back row battle. Sophie Shams, who I played with, a brilliant athlete for Oxford, against Sophie Martins for Cambridge, who's also played before and has got a blue. So to see that battle will be great.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, excited for the outside centre battle actually. So you got Lilla Berry playing for Oxford. She was on the wing last year. She's supposed to be pretty nippy on the outside. And then you've got Maud, who's in at 13, Swedish player. Really excited to see her for Cambridge at 13. So hope the ball gets there today.
Well, we'll see what happens at half-time. Amy, tomorrow we'll come back and chat with you in just a little while. But now it is time for the 39th edition of the defining moment of their season. It's Oxford versus Cambridge. Let's head things up to Rachel Burford and Simon Ward.
Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the StoneX Stadium here in northwest London, as for the third time the Varsity double act gets set to play out and decide the bragging rights for the next 12 months. I'm Simon Ward, alongside me once again World Cup winner Rachel Burford. Rach, Varsity is always such a special day in the rugby calendar.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? I think, you know, the history that it has, the rivalry that it has, you know, you think of the past players that have been part of this fixture. Everybody comes out the woodwork for the Varsity game. It's such a special game for all the players previously played in it, been part of it, and all of the players today.
Yeah, the alumni always a strong part of Varsity Day, no matter which colours you've worn. Let's take a look at who's going to be wearing the colours today. Of course, as we approach lunchtime kickoff for the women's game. There's only 3 of this starting 15 that are getting their first blues today. One is Mel Morley in the middle of a powerful back row trio. Sophie Shams moving to 6 to accommodate her. In the backs, Hawley is back for her 4th rugby blue, alongside Beth Thomas this time. Former Cambridge girls Emma Jones and Lila Berry offer cutting edge of plenty in the backs, and there's 7 newbies on that bench, keen and eager to write a new page in their own personal CVs. Well, it's the flip side for the light blues, decimated by injuries. There's only 4 blues in that lineup. Watch out for Freya Sharp, a flanker with a bit about her, and outside centre Ella Glazier returning at 9. Pace aplenty in Maud Ringertz and Esther McCukin, but can they provide the possession to light this attack up through the course of the next 80 minutes? Well, the crowd gradually coming in to establish this match. There's Chloe Marie Hawley. What a sportswoman she's become. 3 blues at basketball and now looking to earn her 4th with the oval ball. Smiles aplenty, which is always good to see. There'll be plenty of nerves there as well. Players knowing what's ahead of them. An experience like no other in their rugby lives, that's for sure. The outcome of this contest has been flip-flopping in many ways between the two. Oxford obviously victors last year, 27-7, but Cambridge holding on to the lead the year before, 10-5. Oxford having won in 23, and then that 10-all draw in 22. Good to see Phoebe Jackson leading out her team, much as she's unable to take part in this contest. It's been a tough year for the very experienced Blue. Izzy Miller just behind her. They will be actually leading the light blues this afternoon. Here they come, dark blues and light blues on their way once again. So before play gets underway, we have the formalities and the national anthem. such a big day for players and fans alike. The players now have to get into the right mentality, really. It's always difficult, Berth, I guess, when you've had all the walkout and all the preparation and all the anticipation for today. But now these players have to really get focused from the first whistle.
Yeah, it's a massive occasion, isn't it? And it's an opportunity for all of them. And, you know, you come out, big stadium, loud noise, the music's going, you get to sing the anthem. And it's now, how do you quickly compose yourself, ready for the whistle, ready for that first action that you've got to take, whether that's receiving the kickoff or getting ready to chase it. It's all about focusing the minds now. There'll be plenty of excitement, nerves all swirling around, but how can you take hold of that and harness it into a positive way?
Phoebe Jackson just calling the Cambridge team into the huddle. She so wanted to be on the pitch at this point for the Watbridge Cambridge chant. That means so much to the captain. She can't be on the pitch anymore for the game. But now the backs coach takes a position off on the sidelines and play can get ready to be underway. The biggest sporting occasion of their young lives. It's a cup final to finish their season. Shoe the tabs is the Oxford call. GDBO is the Cambridge reply. Who's going to get their action in to play quickest? Of course, there's no reference point this year. No Bucks matches leading up to this. So, as Chloe told me, this week there's no reference, there's no intel. They're playing blind. First penalty goes to the Light Blues, holding on call against Mel Morley.
Well, that's a great start for Cambridge. They talked about, I was talking to the coach before the game, about coming out and playing confidently and really going after it. So to put Oxford under all that pressure and get the turnover, a really bright start for them.
Beth Thomas out to Ella Glazier feeding her fly half. Cherry Chan has stepped into that 10 role and made quite a difference. He's mostly at centre or even on the bench for the wing slot, but in the absence of Jackson has now taken the responsibility at 10.
No, release the ball now, release. You're not first. Number 10.
Hawley being pinged there and Glazier going hard into the contact. Glazier earning her second blue this afternoon. There she is.
Still
counter drive from Shams.
Nothing's coming, we'll bring it back.
And referee Hope takes it back for that earlier infringement.
There's a number of penalties early on in these exchanges, but I love the tempo that Glazier wants to play out. Every opportunity they've gone for a quick tap. This one just slowing it down, giving them an opportunity now to see what their set piece can look like.
Last season it took them 10 minutes to get into the 22. This season, early opportunity, and as you say, that yellow thing in the sky is making an appearance for the first time for a long time.
Let's go. Speed it up.
Yeah, certainly making the conditions slightly better down there, but you can probably just see the touch judge's flag, just how windy it is out there. So you think they'd probably go for a simple option off this first line out.
Hold it there. Who's in, who's out? We're not all walking in. Okay, so some of
Jess
you need
McConnell,
to be in.
who was playing Tigers varsity
Only one.
last season, travelling reserve for the Blues contest, but
We're inside
wasn't directly involved. Now making her first blue and making her first line out count as well. Glazier.
Ball back.
Not an easy pass, but that's well picked up by Chan. Glazier. Oh, Shams very definitely and obviously and blatantly in the way.
Tried to get out of the way.
Yeah, tried to disappear, but not happening. We'll go back for the earlier call. It was a free play for the Light Blues.
On the mark.
Sophie Shams at blindside flanker this afternoon, keeping it even. Started at 12, played 8 last year, and now at 6 this year. Sanchez Arroyo and her forward mates put themselves back into the 22 again. Isabella, the captain, makes a big dent in the blue line, but just loses the ball in the contact. Encouraging starts for the Light Blues.
Yeah, I think it's been really encouraging, and you know, they talked about just being direct, playing at the line, and really challenging Oxford. And when you're so clear about what you want to do, everybody can buy into it. And we've seen in this opening 5 minutes or so how everyone's on the same page, getting themselves into a really strong position. You know, couldn't quite capitalise on that moment, but it is a really bright start, and all these little moments that they'll be building, it gives them confidence to stick with the plan and know that you've got to work your way through this well-organised and an experienced Oxford side.
Coach! Bind! Set! Stay high.
Fairly even scrummage first up. Lovely little pop pass, and suddenly Oxford are on a roll. I think Millie Gladstone there had an awkward fall there. She tried to keep the ball alive. Gladstone, a fresher. Mid-November she was playing for the Panthers, the second 15. Scored 5 tries in a game, and suddenly she's promoted to the Blues, but hopefully that was only a twist and nothing more severe early on in this game. 5 minutes gone on the clock.
Captain.
I was thinking about this ahead of the game, Rach, and these two are normally used to having played a precursor, if you will. Didn't work out particularly well for the Light Blues last season. I seem to remember they shipped 17, 19 tries or something in the 2 games. What difference does it make psychologically, if at all, the fact that they haven't played each other this season?
Yeah, I think both ways you could look at it. You know, you're familiar with each other. If you played against one another, you can start to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. So it can be a real positive thing, but it can be a positive thing not having those encounters, being able to come out here with a clean slate, knowing what you're about, focusing more on what you're going to do, how you can control, as opposed to all being about what the opposition are doing. So I think for both of these teams, you know, as you mentioned, last year it was a different story. They played against each other a number of times throughout the season. But this is a clean slate for these players today. We talked about the number of new Light Blues that are in there, you know, don't know what the history is, haven't had that experience. But what I do love is both of these teams, obviously it's not great ever to see a player go down, and hopefully she'll be okay. But straight away they're all coming into the huddles, they're so switched on, so busy focusing about, right, we know that there's going to be a scrum here to Oxford, what do we got to do defensively? They just got broken there through the 9-10 channel. So making sure that they're fixing those issues as they go. It doesn't look like...
Gladstone being helped from the pitch. That's a sad sight that nobody wants to see. Winning her first blue. Her dad was a greyhound of note, so he knows all about the Oxford setup. Replacement will be Liv Rosin.
It's okay. I'll probably do it more.
The only blue on the bench.
Time is on.
So how is that going to mix? I'm presuming Sophie Shams will go into midfield. Familiar place for the former Saracen, of course.
Yeah, well, it's great having a player who's got such versatility. As you mentioned, with commentator, when she's been in the centres, when she's been across all of that back row. So, real asset to this Oxford team that can just slot seamlessly into that position.
Thomas feeds out to Hawley, and there is Shams, and no thought of a sidestep.
You've held her there, play the ball.
Oxford happy to work their way away from danger. Hawley goes slaloming. And plenty of injuries to cope with herself. Chloe Marie Hawley, she's only played 5 games all season, but determined and desperate to be here Her parents have flown over from Dubai. I think her sister's come as well. So there she is with the release. Hamer moves it on again. Harris love it. I know she's going to be close to the ball pretty much all the time. She's got such an engine on her.
The ball is out.
Good anticipation coming through there from Erin Fuller. The undergrad fresher really getting through on the opposition scrum half. There was a knock on in the process, but stopping Oxford on halfway.
It was a really smart decision just going in. They obviously got a little bit of momentum, got down this left-hand side, a little bit of a line break, so slowing that ruck down, forcing an error, just allows them to reset, readjust.
Bind! Set!
Cambridge have taken one against the head. Chan out to Amelia Edwards.
All back, all back.
Jess McConnell, the Scottish hooker, played in Tigers varsity, but really so keen to step up to the Blues this year. Third year PhD at Wilson College. Chan happy to feed out once again. Good to see the backline taking responsibility when necessary.
Just a rip
Tough for, I think that was Emily Simpson losing it. So Oxford get the chance to reignite things inside their own half. Hawley on the arc. No way through though for Kat Vincent.
No, you've held her there, play the ball.
Good presentation, Izzy Hedges. On the bench last year, starting this.
13, go back, that's lost.
Sophie Goodman. Another
For the tackler, you need a clear release.
who had to watch from the bench
Number 6, no clear release.
the majority of the game
Number 6.
last season.
That's unfortunate because that was a good turnover, but had been done for not rolling away. Seeing some bright attacking pieces there from Oxford.
And Oxford make their first entry into the light blue 22.
Been impressed so far with Amelia Harris. Love it. Very busy in the start of this game. Seems to be holding down on the outside channels for when the ball comes in, but lovely link play, brilliant handoff then as well. So she's got plenty of physicality about her. Looks quite slight, but not afraid.
Play.
Oh, the ball overshooting everybody, but Lucy McBride was ready for it.
Holding her there.
Shams on the charge.
Advantage, number 8 high.
Gets a leg drive going.
Still pen advantage.
Loading up to the right-hand side. First in is Emma Jones,
Back one forward.
the former light blue, but the
Come
ball
back, number 8, high tackle.
just edging high, and I think Sophie Martin's been done
Number
there
8,
for
high tackle.
a high tackle, so
On the line, please.
it's going to be a penalty to Oxford.
Be interesting what they do here. Do they look to go just a quick tap? Looks like they are lining up to do that. Good option.
Estelle Onwuka says, come on, follow me. And she's there, but
Held up.
good D
Goal line.
from Cambridge, getting underneath the ball, and it'll be a goal line restart.
Yeah, I love the intent and the idea. Just got to drop your body height out from the try line, a few metres, get it right underneath. Great
Keep them
work
behind
from
you.
Cambridge. Really switched on, got bodies all around the ball, got themselves underneath it.
Oh my gosh.
Cherry Chan unable to
There's a
get too
bounce.
much distance from the restart, so it's still an opportunity for Oxford to get themselves on the board.
Yeah, just having another look here. Just too upright, just allows bodies to get right underneath it and stop the ball being able to be put down. But unfortunately, they're still in big danger zone at the moment.
Morley takes it and sets.
No, don't change.
Goodman breaks away. Ball's still there for the Dark Blues, but it's just been knocked forward, and the moment has gone again. And Cambridge congratulate themselves on their defence, and deservedly so.
Yeah, absolutely. Like quick reactions. Goodman breaking out down that left-hand side. I think it was
Just take a step back. We'll go that side of the 5, yeah. Are you okay?
just made the last-ditch tackle there. And that's where, you know, a small error like that, you've got to be calm and composed in this error. Often you think you've got to go as fast as you can, but you've got to do it on your own terms, and they're forced an error.
Bind!
Cambridge can breathe a sigh of relief once again.
Stay there.
Cambridge pack holding firm so far, allowing Sophie Martin to break away. Can't play too much ball though.
That's a good clear
in
out.
this sort of area. Sanchez Arroyo resets things, and McConnell tries to just make a little bit of headway. Miller, step by step, Cambridge getting away from the danger area. Chan makes better contact with that one. Good take from Vincent. Vincent trying to get the ball away. If they can open up to the right-hand side, they've got huge numbers. Morley out to Harris Lovett.
Advantage, not rolling.
Advantage call means it's a free play.
Number 8, not rolling.
Again, Martin has the finger pointed at her.
Number 8, not rolling away.
Goodman takes Oxford once again into enemy territory in the 22. Morley, determined drive from the number 8. Onwuka. Daisy Hines. Again, the breakdown area, just a little bit of inaccuracy really with the ball carrier and the support staff.
Yes, support being one of them, but then also how you're managing your body in that contact area. Right there, she landed straight on her back and it was Fuller, straight over the ball. Ball's exposed directly to her.
And Chan pushes Cambridge out of their 22, and a chance just to catch their breath now.
How many please, Cambridge?
Heading for the quarter of an hour mark. And no real opportunity for either side as yet. Remembering back to last year, and it was all Oxford in the opening stage, as much as they made lots of handling errors, unforced in most cases. So Cambridge will be happy with their lot at the moment. Knocked forward from an Oxford hand, allows Jess McConnell to bundle away.
Advantage over.
Sarah Crozier.
No, that's, you've held her.
Chan. Edwards.
All back.
Miller straightening things up. Good work from Izzy Miller. Very much a Cambridge girl playing against her home team. Went to Oxford High School back in her younger days. In fact, playing at hooker for most of the season for the Light Blues. Very important addition and a very important leader, of course, in the absence of Jackson. There she is again. Dark blue line staying firm on the 10. Crozier.
Yeah, good decision.
Hawley taking her target down, but the ball's still there for Cambridge. McConnell unable to get it clear, and it's Onwuka who picks up the pieces. And suddenly Oxford.
Release the ball! Your player needs to roll.
just trying to get through the gears a little bit quicker. Hawley, offload to Lila Berry, playing in the centres this year. She was on the wing last. Oxford have a player down in back play, but they will not stop right now. On a roll, Morley, next one up. Goodman. Harris Lovett. Harris Lovett's there. Oxford break the bagel with 16 minutes on the clock. And finally the bashing at the Cambridge line opens the door.
But it all started from really good, strong defence, forced the turnover, and then just the tempo and the quick switch into attack mode.
I'll get it at half-time.
And we mentioned her earlier, the number 7 for Oxford, Amelia Harris Lovett, a lovely step off her left foot, completely leaves the defenders in their wake. And that will be a big settle up for Oxford.
My fiance Noah Miller, another Oxford University player, will be celebrating that as Hawley adds the extra 2.
Well, Hawley was instrumental as well in that build-up. The little break that got them into the 22 down that left-hand side.
So, how are Cambridge going to respond to that early slap in the face?
Well, this is it. This is where it all started with Hawley. Get him into a really good position. Berry on her shoulder, keeping the ball alive. And here, just the forwards reorganising. See them setting up to the right-hand side.
Stay behind, please.
But it's the step from...
Yeah, speed it up. We've had long enough.
Harris Lovett in the end that does all the damage.
So knock on in the tackle.
Brilliant vision and brilliant footwork to get through there.
Advantage over.
So Cambridge looking to try and hold their opposition inside their own half. Another Oxford player down. I think that's Mel Morley. Morley did her ACL skiing last season, so playing with no ACL. She's had a few injuries.
Playing with no ACLs.
You ever done that?
Definitely not. That's unbelievable. She must have some serious quad strength.
Well, my mind goes to Lindsay Vonn, who did that. But hopefully Mel Morley's able to get back on her feet. Doesn't seem to be too urgent from the reaction of the medics out there.
Happy, yeah?
It's good to see.
Okay, it's going to be a scrum.
Somebody left a bottle out there.
It's okay, don't worry.
Get no deposit back
Time
on that unless you take it back.
Scrum, blue ball is there in possession.
So, an Oxford put in to the scrum.
Scrums have been interesting so far, haven't they? Been pretty fairly matched and even.
Cambridge look to have taken it on the loose head side a couple of times now. That's pushed around. Sarah Crozier seems to have got the better of Lucy McBride, but whether that remains the same, we shall keep an eye on.
Have you got a replacement you want to change just to get that sorted?
Cambridge put in, then it might offer opportunity down that left-hand flank.
Obviously can't be bleeding all over everyone.
It's a big blind side exposed at the moment. You wonder if Oxford just have a little look up to the smarts of Beth Thomas there.
Well, Mel Morley is going to be coming off.
So we're not all covered in blood.
Is it? I think it's a nosebleed issue, so it's going to allow
just hold it there.
Kim Lopez-Guay to get her first blue. There she is, number 18.
Thank you. Time is on. So scrum, blue ball. Let's set, please. Let's get going.
So yet more changes in that Oxford back row. I think Emily Harris-Lovett is going to be in that number 8 berth. Cambridge scrum just getting the push, but the ball release is there for the Dark Blues. Hawley goes wide again. This arcing run of the Oxford fly half has been seen and seen again. Scored a mazy run here last year. I think it was about the 5th try that the Dark Blues put over last year. That's the danger that Cambridge will know all about.
No, you're never on the ball.
Thomas, just a juggle there from Goodman. He's going to allow Cambridge possession once again. They've got numbers out to the left, but
use it.
And now trying to use Sophie Martin. I think they saw Sophie Martin come in and dumped her back, so McConnell has to try and...
Always under pressure, we'll take the first knock on.
They'll go back for that knock on. Just get the feeling now advantage. Cambridge need a bit of confidence to get that ball wider and quicker, and there is opportunity if they can scan and see. But as we said before, sometimes the instinct just isn't there. It's been such a tough season for the Light Blues. Jackson herself tore her ACL back in June at the Shelford Sevens. Worked her way back, got cleared to train mid-January, and then a couple of weeks ago got concussed in training and has had to retire from the game. And Zoe Wright, a vice-captain at those same Shelford Sevens, 2 hours after Phoebe did her ACL. Wright ruptured hers, and they've got 6 members of this performance squad out with ACL or ankle injuries. Carmen Embiel broke her ankle first game after Christmas, and it's been just so difficult to get any continuity and any momentum, any regularity to the lineup. Holding on at the breakdown, and again it's the support work on both sides at the breakdown that just has been pinged on a regular basis so far by Emily Hope.
Yeah, I think 18 sub. You know, early on in the first open exchanges, obviously the game is to be direct,
18.
really play at the line, but you've got to have both options. You've got to be scanning, having a look around, and that's great to see. Look at that crowd, those crowd shots there. But yeah, you've got to be able to scan, because you know this Oxford side is well organised, they're well experienced, so their defence pattern isn't always going to break down. So where it's there and it's on show for you, you've got to go and take it.
They will move to you.
Goodman throwing to the shorter line out, and it's snaffled by Cambridge hands. That's Sanchez Arroyo. The Spanish second row are doing really well there.
Taken back in.
Chan completes the clearance. Hamer goes back, has time to bend her run to the left again. Gets the ball out. Berry out to Sophie Shams.
Release.
Presentation is good. Hawley this time invites Izzy Hedges, former winger herself, to have a go downtown, as it were. Lila Berry and Hawley trying to find the merest hint of an opening in the light blue line. Stella Nwuka.
No, 10,
the
release!
thrust is getting more urgent and more pressured from Oxford. Lila Berry. Oh, almost but not quite. But Oxford really beginning to knit things together and find the impetus in every attack now.
Yeah, they are starting to find those opportunities, that breakdown, but you've got to commend the Light Blues, their desperation in defence, reorganising, getting set.
Speed it up, please.
Been great defence from them so far, forcing the errors. But you do just feel that things are starting to come together timing-wise for the Oxford Blues. Sophie Shams in the midfield now brings so much leadership. The organising gives you really good go-forward directness as well.
Reminds me of what was her name? Oh, Rachel Burford.
Hey, I used to like passing too.
No, you did, but that was your role, wasn't it? That inside centre role to be the focus, the fulcrum, really, of many a attacking phase.
Use the edge, please.
Quarter of an hour left in this first half, and just that solitary score from Harris Lovett.
Take a step, use the
Looking to see how Oxford are going to
use the line.
Set things up. Looks like Lev Rosin is going to go out into midfield, so the shortened line-out from the Dark Blues. That was never...
Not straight.
The alignment was never going to happen there.
Scrum or line? Scrum.
It's always a tricky one when you're 5-6 metres out from your try line. Do you go out to compete, or do you get ready to try and defend them all? And obviously with the new law now, with regards to if you throw straight, sorry, not straight in the line out, but there's no compete, it's play on. So do you put pressure on that throw? And they've got the rewards for it here, Cambridge.
Ella Glazier winning her second blue. Northern Lass being in the Sale Centre of Excellence, represented Lancashire at under 18 level. So quite a rugby nous, should we say, in the light blue scrum half. Cherry Chan unable to get any distance with that.
Just off the 5.
Tough learnings, really.
Okay, guys, you can't all walk in. There needs to just be one of you.
Archaeology second year, Jesus College.
Speed it up.
Player of the match in that game against UEA. Also played in Belfast, City of Armagh Club, and also in Hong Kong as well.
Knock-on advantage.
An opportunity for a team to unexpectedly snaffle line-out ball. And Chan has it blocked down.
Come in, we'll take the knock-on in the line.
But the earlier knock-on from an Oxford hand in the line-out. I'm still looking to see, Rach, how the wind is affecting throws, and there's not many easy indicators, are there, around here?
Yeah,
no, and the challenge with this kind of stadium where it's got outlets in all 4 corners, it can be quite swirling at times, and having played on this pitch and having been trapped in that corner, it's really, really difficult. I think, though, just management-wise, just get a couple of forwards, try and get a little bit more go forward. Give yourself a few more steps, because you know that you're going to have the defenders trying to charge you down. So extend that width there from your 9. Give yourself a bit more of a window to be able to release pressure and get the kick away.
Set!
The release is out a bit wider this time. Amelia Edwards
ripped in the tackle,
losing the ball in the contact though.
It's a knock-on in front. It's a knock-on in front.
I mean, that's a bit of luck, isn't it? And Cambridge have
Penalty,
gone down
it's a knock-on in front
12 channel on every occasion, where probably for Oxford is their strongest defender. Just trying to play a little bit smarter, play a little bit wider, try and take Sophie Shams out of that.
Taken back in.
Keeping the ball alive. Erin Fuller, another archaeology student, this time at Peterhouse College, a fresher there. Oh, big tackle coming in from Daisy Heinz.
We're inside now.
Cambridge are just going to feel a little bit suffocated now inside their own 22. It's been several minutes since they've been able to escape. And Oxford just tightening the noose a bit. Chan throws it wide to her captain. Press again from Fuller.
Play the ball. She needs to run. Pull back.
Somewhat fortuitous ricochet off the arms of Crozier, but Cambridge play on and work their way ever nearer to that 22. Good work from Fuller. Edwards trying to evade the clutches of Shams.
Okay, stay
Still
on side. 8
stuck
steps,
inside
stay on.
what the coaches call the red zone. And I think it's going to force the kick. Yeah, there's
Always
the kick from Glazier. Hamer ready and waiting.
Bang. Yeah. 15 high.
High tackle coming through from Ashton Tyler on her opposite number.
Still penalty advantage. Still pen advantage.
Advantage call there for Oxford. Berry. Vincent steps in at scrum half. Shams in at fly half. The line straightened by Sophie Goodman. Hawley calls and gets, but there's the interception. And just as Amelia Edwards was booking an Uber to go to the try line, the referee's whistle brings them back.
Oh, it's such a shame. It's a really good read by Edwards in the outside channel.
Yeah, push me.
Sophie Shams wants to get on with it.
Shams trying to catch Cambridge, not looking. Lucy Hamer began playing Aussie touch football before rugby, now winning her third blue
and play the ball.
at Rugby Union.
You've still got penalty advantage.
The cue led by Sophie Goodman. McBride. Number of options here. Hawley's not going to wait for anybody though, or is she? Oh, that was, well, big opportunity. Morley it is who's finished it off. There's some tired Cambridge bodies there. Ultimately, that's how Oxford capitalised with their second try.
Yeah, it's a well-worked try by the team. Sophie Shams getting things going. You mentioned it there. Cambridge have been in their own 22. Exhausted effort to try and get themselves out, try and kick themselves out of this danger zone.
Sorry guys.
How much of that just led into the attack play there from Oxford? Just being relentless, just kept on going, offloading, getting the ball away, quick ruck speed. Hawley's been really lively. Slightly short, but then straight on the shoulders. And you talked about the support play, getting to the breakdown, being the first player there, being an option. Morley takes the 5 points.
Hawley can't add the extras on this occasion. But that try from the Oxford Quins, number 8, just taking the dark blues into double figures and giving a bit of reward for it.
And that was the play. How quick that ruck was. Hawley coming round on the corner doesn't allow for Cambridge to be able to reorganise and get themselves set.
Yes, please, come on.
Cambridge have just got to keep their heads now in the final 7 minutes of this first half.
Same again.
They had plenty of possession in the first 10-15 minutes, but couldn't make anything of it. They've got to take some confidence from that. Shams can't take that readily, and it's going to give Cambridge a scrum put in just outside the 22. Psychologically, this would be a very good opportunity for Cambridge to get themselves on the board.
Coach! Bind! Set! Ball is out.
Martin played in the 7 shirt last season.
Don't play the ball, she's not rolled.
In the spine there. Counter ruck is good, but illegal from Oxford. Tackler not rolling away. Quick take. Miller. Sanchez Arroyo. Cambridge really sensing now this opportunity and the significance of it.
Take a step, hands
We're
up.
working our way towards half time. Again, the Spanish second rower happy to do the hard yards. Edwards cuts back into some thrust, into some determined defence though, as Shams and Hawley congratulate each other. Beginning of the season, they were out in Hangzhou for UAE, playing in the first Asia 7 series tournament round of 2025.
Leader in the scrum.
So Sevens players of some note now showing their 15s acumen as well. Big moment there for the light blues, Rach.
Yeah, it's a real shame, especially, 4 minutes or so just before half time. You want to try and swing that momentum back in your favour. Just wonder whether was that the right time to play out to the back, slightly isolated. So
Inside drop.
it was Amelia Edwards trying to stay on her feet, which then actually meant that she was trying to fend a player off, which then the ball was dislodged by Shams in the midfield. That support play is going to be a real critical thing for them at half time to talk about, getting on the shoulders of one another. So you haven't got to try and buy the time in the tackle for support to be there. They're already there.
Opportunity for Oxford to clear their lines. Thomas goes wandering down the right. The feed is out to Emma Jones, former light blue, of course, herself. Two light blues in 21 and 22, now earning her second Oxford blue. And here go Oxford. Lila Berry played on the right wing last year and scored in that corner, but loses the ball in the contact, and it's Sanchez Arroyo.
Still scrum advantage.
The game beginning to just break up now towards the end of the first half, with fatigue a factor.
Scrum advantage over. No, your players held her there, play the ball.
Crozier played at Durham University with Sophie Shams and Phoebe Jackson as well, back in the earlier days. Heinz with the offload to
No,
Onwuka.
release. She needs to roll.
Oxford loading to the left. There is Shams. Gets the offload to Berry. Apropos of nothing.
Some deep dive research you've
It
done
is.
here.
It's sad, isn't it, in many ways? Of course, Adam Brooks Hospital happens to be near Cambridge, so there was a geographical link there.
I mean, what a passage of play we just had there. I love the ambition from both of these sides. You're under
But when it
your
has an
sticks.
impact, it's then a problem.
Defending a scrum would be so easy just to be able to kick the ball.
That's for you.
They decide to opt to run it and almost
Really cool.
created another try scoring
I know.
opportunity for himself. But again, it comes back to that desperation from Cambridge, getting back, making last-ditch tackles, competing at the ruck, forcing some errors, getting a turnover.
And it's at times like this where the smallest of errors can make the biggest of differences, especially as you're heading towards half-time now,
No, come back.
with some very tired bodies, no doubt, out there. Lovely cutting line.
No one's there.
Ringertz, I think. Or was it? No, it was Edwards, wasn't it? No, it was Ringertz. The Swedish centre really making an impact for the first time. Oxford now trying to manipulate their right flank. Again, Estelle Onwuka, how many times have we seen her call for the ball? And Lucid becoming more and more in the game. Open play.
Captain, please.
There's going to be a lecture here from referee Hope. Let's have a listen.
We've had lots of high tackles this half. Speak to the team, keep them down. Any more? I'm not going to have any options.
Yeah, just the tackle technique being questioned, I think.
Well, you mentioned that fatigue
It's going to be
level.
your penalty.
Certainly will play a part in it, not being able to get your body in the right position. There's been a lot of advantages played and quite a few penalties on both teams for the tackle height. So obviously team on a bit of a warning there. That was Hawley. I think she's topping the stats in the turnovers at the breakdown. I'm sure my back rowers would be pleased if the 10 was getting more turnovers, but she's been just really lively, really up for this. Obviously taking on the captaincy, she talked about wanting to drive those standards and be very much a leader
Let's go then, please.
by example, and she is certainly doing that. She has been all go in this first 40.
Far forward there. Right here. Right here. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Yeah, it's okay.
So a penalty for Oxford to finish this first half. Tap and go, follow me. Sophie Goodman, known as Bad Man to the rest of the team. Sophie Shams.
You're the tackler, leave the ball.
From Shams, Morley takes it on a little bit further.
No, go back. No.
Counter-rucking coming through, but it's Shams who picks up the opportunity for a third try here for the Dark Blues. Onwuka swats off one. And there is the try. The Bad Man has it. Sophie Goodman finishing things off. A silent leader, showing so well now in the number 2 shirt for the Dark Blues. Stepped up this season to really make an impact, and really making an impact on the scoreboard before we head for the Hutches.
There's definitely a front row special there. And Woodcut, Goodman, McBride, all involved in carries prior to that one. But just really basic and simple stuff. Got really tight, got into their threes, quick rucks, making sure they secure the ball for the next phase. And you just keep coming defensively. It's so hard to get yourself organised, get yourself set, and you can't take any time off the line.
Hawley has no trouble from the tee. And now those of a dark blue persuasion with big smiles on their faces with those 2 tries in the last 10 minutes of this first half, really showing ascendancy on the scoreboard now. We are going to get the restart. Cherry Chan gets it underway again. It's Emily Harris-Lovett.
No, you're off the ball. Leave it now.
Oxford really with the wind in their sails. You get the feeling they're really buoyant from that. But is there a turnover there? Yes, there is.
We'll take the penalty. Just holding on. Number 5, holding on.
Interesting what they do here, Dave. Look to get a little bit more territory, try and get into the 22.
Yeah.
Or actually, let's go inside, let's reset.
Yep, the whistle finally comes to an end of first half, which Cambridge started very brightly but couldn't really threaten the Oxford try line. Oxford working their way back in, and 3 tries to the good now at half-time. It was 15-0 at this point last year. It's 19-0 this. Plenty for the light blues to do in the second half. A trio of tries for the Dark Blues, 2 of them coming from back rows. Let's take a look at the first one. The forwards working hard, and Harris-Lovett it was who powered her way over to finish things off. Look at that swerve, great balance, great feet. Hawley led the way and almost got there. Ball came back and it was Morley with a simple dab down to get the second. And then that final try that we saw, there's the second try, the Oxford captain having to set the ball back. Does 3 tries show their superiority?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the difference has been is that they've taken their opportunities when they've got into that 22. Putting Cambridge under pressure, and that's a real shame because there were some really bright moments and bright sparks from Cambridge in the early start of the game, putting Oxford under pressure. But they really struggled, didn't they, to get out of that 22 under pressure. Kicking wasn't working for them, not able to relieve any pressure, and just felt that Oxford just kept knocking at the door, kept pushing hard. I think that's a fair reflection of the game going in 19-0.
That's the thoughts of Rachel Burford. Let's hear the thoughts of our presentation party. Dave is down pitch side with Tamara and Amy.
19-0 at half-time then. Oxford-Cambridge here at StoneX Stadium. Those tries coming from Harris Lovett, Morley and Goodman as well. Once again joined pitchside by Amy Wilson-Hardy and Tamara Taylor. Guys, I mean, that was a pretty intense first half, it's safe to say. Cambridge did really well defensively until that third try there. It was a bit undeserved. I think they put up a good fight.
They certainly have. Oxford have had a lot of possession, haven't they, for a lot of the game. So Cambridge are going to be going into that half-time pretty tired. But actually, there's probably been, I think in the first 5-10 minutes, there's probably 3 tries held up, or they forced a turnover. So although the scoreline's not reflecting it, the work rate that those Cambridge players are putting in is absolutely huge. And
you saw it when they got to the other side of the pitch at one point, it just didn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, just lost the ball. They've actually been pretty solid in set piece so far. Turned over a few of the Oxford balls. It's just been what happens next. So they win a line out, then they're not able to get a good kick away to get them some territory, get out of this corner that they've been camped in. So some good stuff, definitely some positives, but it's going to be a tough second half into this wind.
Absolutely. Amy, let's speak about Oxford for a moment there. Kind of forced out wide, but managed to break through with those 3 tries.
Definitely, yeah, dominant in terms of the forwards, in terms of try scoring, but definitely led by Hawley, the captain at number 10. I think she's been absolutely inspirational in this first half. You can see she's more of an active 10 in the sense she wants to run herself, but you can see why, because she's got such amazing athletic ability and really drives the team forward. And we heard from Scott, their head coach, earlier today about how they wanted to play that offload game, and you saw glimpses where they did that so well. But I actually think despite the scoreline they will be quite frustrated because they've been so close to the try line so many times and fallen short just from a bit of clinical execution.
Is it what we were speaking about pre-game, that experience coming through, Cambridge putting up a tough fight, but Oxford just keep finding new answers?
Definitely, and I think now the first half is gone, there's those kind of pre-game jitters have kind of passed. I think I would expect, especially as they got the wind in the second half, to see a more clinical performance from Oxford as they settle into the game. I hope for Cambridge's sake that they manage to keep that fight, keep that kind of dogged energy that we've seen in the first half to keep the game contested, which I'm sure they will, but I'm definitely expect to see big things from Oxford this second half.
Well, Tamara, I mean, what do Cambridge need to do in the second half? I mean, you've been in positions like this as well, where it may not be going to plan, but you can pull it back. There's always something that can be done, and especially in varsity, it's one of those games where it can always go either way, no matter what time is left on the clock. And you mentioned earlier that it was that transition from defence to attack. Is that an area that needs to improve, essentially?
I think probably it was just quite difficult for Cambridge 10 to kick she's getting the ball off a line out and she's having to kick first phase. That means immediately, rather than perhaps playing another phase, getting into a slightly better position for her to be able to make a clearance kick. So that kind of thing, just keep the ball for a little bit longer and then try and kick and get some territory. It is, as I said before, it's going to be harder into the wind now, unless the wind drops, which we can hope for Cambridge to help them out. Hawley's kicked. She hasn't kicked an open play actually, has she? But she's probably got the potential now from Oxford point of view to use this wind down into the corner, keep them camped.
And it kind of again goes back to what we talked about experience, but for Cambridge the opposite way. Is it those signs of inexperience kind of showing through that, okay, we've managed to do a decent defence here, but what do we do now?
Yeah, potentially. And like we said at the beginning, there is a lot of inexperience in there. Maybe not a lot of rugby playing experience, not just coming out and playing in a big stadium like this, but kind of rugby years under your belt. Sometimes that helps from a game understanding point of view. So hopefully in the changing room, they're having a big chat about the great stuff that they're doing defensively and what can we do now in attack to try and break down that Oxford defence. I'd be trying to move it a little bit, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of pressure on Oxford's defence a little bit wider, because they've been pretty solid in the tight areas.
Well, this is it. We heard from the head coach of Cambridge before the match, and he was saying that he wanted to almost throw the kitchen sink at that try line, and we haven't really even seen much of that yet because they've just put up such a decent defensive display.
Oxford or Cambridge? Where
Cambridge, sorry.
Cambridge, yeah. No, so yeah, Cambridge.
I've insulted some people now, haven't I?
No, you're right. Cambridge really wanted to go at it, didn't they? They haven't had quite enough ball to do that, or where they have, they've had it in that midfield area where you kind of get a little bit stuck. There was just that one opportunity in the 22, wasn't there, in the closing sort of 10 minutes of the game where we thought that they would get that try, hoping for them to get over the try line. Just sometimes it just gives you a bit of confidence when you get those points on the board, you get the territory. So yeah, we'll be looking for that again from Cambridge in this second half.
And Amy, that's arguably the area where Oxford have dominated through the number 10, just driving through that midfield area.
Definitely, and you can see the energy. Every breakdown, they've got multiple support players. They're ready to go. And again, exactly how they intended to play that really fast tempo game. You've seen them quick tap. They had an opportunity to go for points where maybe it's because of the wind, but also because they felt confident that their quick tap would take them across the try line, which ultimately it did with Goodman's try at the end there.
And there was a lot of replacements in that first half for Oxford. They dealt with a few injuries along the way, but that game plan stayed the same.
Yeah, definitely, and I think you see, we spoke about Sophie Shams before the start of the game, and you saw her versatility as one of their highlighted players. Millie went off early at number 12, Sophie went from 6 to 12, so showing how versatile she can be across that field. But I think it shakes you, especially if it's key players that are coming off, and you saw a couple of blood bins, and it does upset the balance, but they maintained. You can see they've got that overall structure that they want to play with across the whole board, which is brilliant.
So 40 minutes left for some of these ladies ever at Varsity. What emotions are they going to be going through right now, wanting to leave it all on the pitch here at the StoneX?
I hope personally they just want to enjoy every second. I think in your career you think you've got ages and it goes so quickly, and these moments are so unique and they come by so fast, and you blink and you miss it. So hopefully they're just going to be doing it with a smile on their face with their friends, and we'll look forward to, regardless of the results, celebrating together at the end.
And tomorrow, I mean, there's obviously some players in that Cambridge side that this is their final 40 minutes, but also there's the start of a journey for a lot of these players as well. These 40 minutes can turn on its head quite easily.
Yeah, and to just use the experience that they get out of this 80 minutes. So what does it feel like to be behind? What does it feel like to get possession, to get up in the 22, to attack? Where are those opportunities? And that's something that takes time. It takes 80 minutes. Oxford obviously have got more experience, so players that have been through those moments of being behind, being in front. So it's just going to be a learning experience for some of those players for Cambridge today.
Well, tomorrow, Amy, I know you've both been part of incredible locker rooms in the past. I want to take you to that moment at half-time. Choose a game, any from your career. What would you give that advice in that locker room right now if you were in their position from a moment that you've had in your career?
So should I go Cambridge?
Go for it.
I'd definitely be highlighting some good stuff, some turnovers that we've done. I'd be saying, let's get into that Oxford side. You've got 40 minutes, you've got absolutely nothing to lose. Get out there and smash them. That's what I'd be saying.
Amy, your message to
I'm feeling
that
motivated
Oxford.
Right now. Message Oxford, yeah, I think it's that ruthlessness, it's that brutality, it's sports, cruel sports. 19-0 is, yes, it's comfortable, but it's not impossible to come back from. So it's maintaining that composure, but that ruthlessness to just keep putting the foot on the gas.
And finally, before we do head back to our comms team, one word on this atmosphere that we have here at StoneX. For those maybe at home watching you aren't blessed to be here at the moment, describe it to us. What Varsity is all about, the energy that we're feeling. I mean, we heard some of the songs from the crowd in that first half. Take us through that.
Yeah, we heard the band, saw the band at the start, and as the crowd's just getting bigger and bigger as we go on, it's hearing everyone in unison singing the songs. Like all sorts, we had Frank Sinatra, everything. It gives you that buzz, it gives you that electricity as a fan, but credit, especially as a player, to hear that and to hear your whole college or university, because I'm sure there'll be specific colleges cheering for certain players as well within that. It's just amazing, and it adds to that specialness for the players out there.
Tomorrow, one final word on this atmosphere then. Obviously, World Cups atmospheres. How does a varsity atmosphere sound to you?
Amy sort of nailed it there. You, as a player, you feel it in your chest. You can feel the support of the crowd. You can hear the noise. We could hear it from the other side of the stadium. As soon as somebody got the ball, didn't really matter who it was, and they're attacking, or there's a big hit going in defence. It's such an extra lift when you're out there on the pitch. So long may it continue.
Well, ladies, thanks again for joining us here at halftime. We'll catch up with you full time as well as we get ready to pass it back to the action. Our teams are getting ready for their second half. 40 minutes left to play here. Oxford versus Cambridge. It's the 39th edition of Varsity here at StoneX as we pass things back over to Rachel Burford and Simon Ward.
Yes, thank you, Dave. A good moment to welcome our new match sponsors. Isabella, great to have them aboard with us. Wherever you're watching from, great to have your company too. Varsity Matches YouTube or Facebook page, or of course the Oxford or Cambridge Facebook page. Good to have your company with us this afternoon for this double header. And I'm told we've got international viewers from South Africa, South America, Japan, all over the place. Wonderful that we can reach out and touch so many people on this very, very special occasion in varsity sport life. Well, 19-0 is a fairly, how can I put it, very difficult for Cambridge to come back, because Oxford have now put points on the board to actually reflect some of their superiority. Dave was asking Tam there and Amy what you say at half-time, but from Will Cottrell and his coaches, and of course Phoebe Jackson, how do they just augment and make sure that determination is still in their group?
Yeah, look, I think you don't need much motivation to keep coming out and playing today. The varsity's such a big game for them. They know what's at stake, and they won't leave anything in the changing rooms. You know, there was bright moments within that first half from Cambridge. You know, they've got a clear strategy, want to be direct and play really hard, but they've got to try and challenge this defensive line from Oxford. They're really organised, they're keeping lots of numbers on their feet, but they do tighten up, and it's about that scanning, taking some of those opportunities on the outside. And I think that's been a bit of the difference with Oxford. They balance whether to be direct or to play to the outside channels, and then that's what's got them that momentum, got them in behind. And you know, Cambridge made them work really hard for every single one of those tries. It wasn't a matter of a simple breakthrough. They had to go through multiple phases to get themselves into those scoring opportunities. Yeah, another 40 minutes. You know, most coaches, you know, will say it's a clean slate, 0-0. Let's go out, let's win this half and see where we can get to.
Yeah, the game management is going to be critical, and as you say, Rach, that's really where Oxford have dominated, because they know, or seem to know, what to do and where to go and how much to stretch the opposition defence, and that's what ultimately led to their tries. I suppose you have to remember, of course, the women's programme is about so much more than just a game of rugby. It's seeing an eye for potential in other sportswomen that may not have played the game before. And we so often have seen that in these varsity matches, that other sportswomen across sports have come to the fore.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, some of these women would have picked up a rugby ball for a social element, for an opportunity to meet people, not expecting to be here at varsity. And you've got others where this is absolutely ring marked on their calendar that they're going after. So, you know, everybody has different entry points into this game, but when they step out onto the field, they know just how much it means and how much the history behind it.
And the history certainly weighs heavy in the setup and preparation for good, and for maybe tough to take to a weight of responsibility. Good drive from Erin Fuller.
She needs to go first.
Wants to become an underwater archaeologist, adding her specialty to the scuba diving stuff.
Good turnover.
Again, the breakdown is the issue for the light blues.
Just wait a second.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think it was Chan there just got a little bit indecisive, and that's where oppositions can really capitalise on
Number 10,
those moments where
holding
you're slightly indecisive, so you stepped in on your own and see an opportunity to be able to turn it over.
The tap and go, led by Estelle Nwuka. A dynamic loose head that we saw a lot of in that first 40.
All back.
Hawley picks up the scraps, and again, looking at that arcing run around the outside centre. Got plenty of gain through that first half. Thomas. Not sure who was calling for that, but it ended up between stools, as it were. And it's going to be a Cambridge possession for the... Is it penalty or a scrum? I think it's scrum. The set piece was certainly an area that Cambridge looked like they could tip the scales in that first half. The scrummage was quite powerful and, if not dominant, then slightly on top.
From a set piece point of view, you know, they've disrupted the line out. They've had a solid scrum on their own put in, and as you mentioned, they have pressurised Oxford on their own as well.
Yeah, getting the second shove on. Chan. Accuracy of the pass not helping her team. It's Esther Makukin who manages to pick up.
That's lost,
She's
go back.
A Saracens fan, so doubly pleased, no doubt, to be playing here. Plays club rugby at Eton Manor.
Use the edge, please.
Down there in Nutter Lane by Redbridge Roundabout. I know it well. The sun stays out. Not in our stand, but apparently on the other side it's nice weather.
Yeah, that corner looks a lot nicer than over this side, but you know, really tough position again now to be defending it.
10.
Had their own scrum feed, and you can see the ambition. Let's play to the outside a little bit, but then just the error, and you can't make those kind of errors because Oxford will just capitalise on it. But that's a great steal again at the line out.
Yeah, the work of Lizzie Sanchez Arroyo is really coming to the fore. Relative newbie. Her claim to fame is she can chop a pint in 5 seconds.
Let's go back.
That is impressive. Especially when some of the others say it takes 3 to 4 days. Working days or otherwise.
Sorry.
Captain for communication here.
Yeah, you can speak to me.
Can we just hit the early left?
Yeah, not material that time, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Now, as in the first half, Cambridge just getting stuck inside their own 22.
Hold it there.
Just going to
play it out.
Call a hold for the light blue player that's stretching out.
Time is off. You are going to be on the edge.
That's Jess McConnell. Describes herself as a battery nerd. Knows a lot about batteries, in other words.
Oh, I see. I wasn't sure if you were going along the energy route there with battery.
No, that's her particular enjoyment, shall we say.
So many fascinating women out there, what they're studying in their academics.
Some of the colleges are just incredible, and it's mentioning colleges, we've got 17 of the 39 Oxford colleges represented in the groups and 11 of the 31 Cambridge colleges.
Knock on off the top.
So
knock on advantage.
Good reference. New College and Keble College at Oxford
Still
have got their sole representation today that are in this game. Shams, Hawley, just keeping that ball moving.
Always under pressure, we'll bring it back to knock on.
Knock on call will take them back, and again, you just get the feeling that Cambridge are being suffocated in that corner with no real kicking option to clear their lines into the breeze in any case.
Yeah.
It's
their
a
ball.
tough
It's in the line out.
ask to get out of the 22.
You okay? Yeah? Okay.
McConnell doesn't seem to have recovered from that earlier strain. Was it a hamstring she's stretching out there? Something going on there that's not good.
definitely looks like some form of lower limb. But yeah, it's super hard to, when you haven't got, you know, an out-and-out,
Do you want to
very
make a
confident
change and then we
kicker.
can get you back on?
It's under a lot of pressure, and you know, as an Oxford, if you're in the Oxford team, you'd be saying, right, let's really get her after her. She's not giving herself much distance. Let's put her under even more pressure than what you'd already be feeling in that moment. That's where you want to maybe just play straight off the back of the scrum, just try and get some forward momentum, so then they're on the back foot. You don't have as much pressure coming onto you.
Oxford have had a good double in the Varsities already. Last weekend's games played at Iffley Road saw victories for the Panthers against the Tigers and the Pumas against the Jaguars, second 15 and third 15 matchups. So looking to go 3-0 after this one. Now there's Amal Warsam, just desperate to get on, because I think Jess McConnell is not going to be able to continue. Here she goes. Big moment as she gets her first blue. Enjoying it. Love to see it.
Use the 50.
Big challenge for her. First up though, it's a scrum put into the opposition inside your own 22. Cambridge 8 are going to have to hold firm here, because Oxford will go for this, you would think. Thomas Hawley gets the call from Shams. Presentation is quicker and better. Harris love it. Forwards queuing up in midfield, led by Goodman. Hawley throws it wide to... Oh! Try scoring opportunity goes a-begging. I think it was Kat Vincent who was the last on the line there, but the pass just floating forward and going to allow Cambridge just a chance to catch their breath.
Yeah, it was good attacking play from Oxford, getting them, seeing their hands on the ball, moving it to the outside channels. That last pass, that last catch.
Red line bomb.
Before she's caught the ball, probably looking up and thinking, I'm in here.
What's the 8? Set.
Frella Glazier, as she's known. There's going to be a card coming here.
No, wrong card. No. Wrong card.
For a moment, it had a red tinge to it, and Liv Rosen wondered what was going to happen. But it is a yellow, so Rosen is going to sit out the next 10.
Saw the panic eyes come out there from the referee.
What?
hang on.
To be fair, Emily Hope did immediately contradict herself and say, no, wrong pocket.
Yeah, the yellow card given, obviously, because it was a dangerous enough tackle for her to spend 10 minutes in the bin.
Liv Rosen, an avid mountain hiker, says she wants to climb Chimborazo in Ecuador, which is the mountain nearest to the sun.
It's like now's a good opportunity. You can see the full team there. That's the last defender in shot.
Nothing's coming. We'll take the knock on.
Got some great speed on the outside, Cambridge, if they can just get the ball there.
Yeah, and right-handed passing should be no problem to get that width from that position.
That's a responsibility of everybody. You know, you've got to have your back line looking up, scanning, calling it in. Can't be all the responsibility on the 10. Here's another look at that high tackle. Slips right up. It's a bit of a harsh yellow for me, but referee has been warning both teams about their tackle height, so making a stamp on that.
Again, the pick up from Martin. Suddenly it's back in Oxford's clutches, and off they go again with Izzy Hedges. Hawley keeping that ball alive. Lillaberry. The straightening up comes from Goodman. Ball's dropped though, and Cambridge are the first to react to it. Now, quick ball, and there is opportunity. There's only 2 Oxford defenders, but the handling or the passing is not accurate enough, and the moment is gone.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? It's you've got to take those chances against a well-organised team. You've got to be able to pick those off and execute them.
Okay, keep going. We're going to keep playing. Here's your mark on me. Here's your mark.
Hawley and Berry have been linking really nicely in this game. Berry obviously usually finds herself on the wing position. Moved into 13 for this fixture.
If you remember, she ran 35 metres for that intercept try last season, but that was on the wing. Now playing in the centres, very familiar with the Cambridge locale. Went to Hills Road Sixth Form College in the middle of the city before crossing the line, as it were, and going to the dark blue side. There she is. Transference on. Step back in from Kat Vincent, almost there. And there it is. And I think it's that Miss Shams who was in the right place at the right time. And that completes the trio of tries for the Oxford back row. Much as she's not playing in the back row at the moment, but 6, 7 and 8.
Yeah, well, so much of today's performance from Oxford, Sophie Shams has been in the heart of it, getting through so much work with carrying in the midfield, clearing the rights, getting the ball away, offloading. But that was all about game smarts there, just aware, so quick at the breakdown, quick pick, dive over the try line, recognising no one's around, marking the breakdown. That comes from experience.
Thank you.
Great conversion from Hawley as well. She only managed 1 out of 5 last year. She's got 3 out of 4 already this. So everything going in the right way. They may be down to 14, but they're up by 26.
Good work from Vincent there. Knows that she's going to come up short, so just places the ball back, and that just smart, quick reaction there from Shams doesn't give Cambridge an opportunity to reset and defend her.
Yeah, I haven't got anything, but of course, yeah.
So try number 4 is in the bag for the dark blues. Light blues still trying to make a mark on the score. The tackle dislodging the ball, and here come Cambridge. Once again, Sophie Martins going into heavy traffic though, no way through for Maud Ringertz. We really haven't seen much of the Swedish centre in this game. There's a midfield partner, Amelia Edwards.
Sorry, it's okay.
Good offloading from the 2 second rows. Erin Fuller resets it. Chan out to Crozier. Presentation is quicker. Chan gets it out. And now we see Makukin. Good strong leg drive from the right winger. Lots of numbers out to the left, but they've got to use the ball, and it's not coming out quickly enough. Well, Sam sets it back once again. Again, they look at the short side. Captain Miller is taken down, but it's still there for the light blue team.
Still knock on advantage.
And I think that was Chloe Marie Hawley again, shooting out of the line and getting the tackle in. She's playing like a back rower. She's got 10 on her back.
She's super hungry in this game. Whether she's got the
Time is
ball,
up.
hasn't got the ball.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Probably some good possession play there from Cambridge. Interlinking, little tip-ons, getting right to the outside. Just again, another unforced error comes in, just gives the possession away.
Last time we were here, H was ahead of the Women's World Cup, and now we're the other side of it.
Yes, that is right.
Has there been impact that you've seen post England lifting that trophy?
Yeah, I definitely think, you know, there's obviously a natural effect of what the World Cup did. You think about the tournament, when we stood here, we were talking about the fact it's going to be played in 8 different cities, 8 different stadiums, you know, taking the game around the world, and it certainly has, you know, excited the nation and did excite the nation. And you know, the PWR
11 and 14
league here in England has definitely capitalised on that opportunity, and we're seeing more stadiums having more numbers coming in through the gates. We've got more eyeballs from a TV perspective watching the game. You know, these things, it's only 5 months ago the World Cup, so we're not going to see the full...
Seems a long time.
It seems like a long time ago, but you know, it really isn't. And so for us to really see the impact of what the Rugby World Cup had on, you know, not just this country, but globally within women's rugby, it will take a little bit more time, but you are and have already seen a lot of, you know, greater interest, more media coverage, more people coming down to watch the domestic league. We've obviously got over 60,000 at Twickenham Allianz in a couple of weeks' time for the Women's Six Nations against Ireland. So you are seeing a number of areas of impact, but I think we'll be seeing more and more coming over the next months and years.
Good. Well, this is a different level to Red Roses maybe, but still interesting to see how the profile works as Hawley breaks up towards halfway.
Sorry.
Just a slip out and a forward pass there.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, time is off.
Well, Will Cottrell just along from us here in the main stand.
Okay,
always
let's make that change,
a difficult task when you can see that your side have been almost marginalised by the way that the opposition have performed. And the Oxford crew, well, they're bringing on players from the bench to make sure they get their blues. The latest 2, Tilly Lees and Kate Mitchell, coming on to the wings. You see Charlotte Tripp in to the light blue line-up as well.
Cherry Chang's coming off, and you know, she's gone down in the last few passage of plays and has obviously wanted to stay on the pitch, wanted to try and play through it for her team. She had a tough day at the office today, but you can see how much it means to her, trying to play through a bit of a niggle there.
It's a tough exit for the Chinese fly half, but done really well in a very short space of time to step up as the light blue playmaker. Bind! A steep learning curve.
Set!
So now Amelia Edwards steps in at fly half. Oh, there's the break from McCuckin. McCuckin's away. Are Cambridge going to break the bagel? It looks like they are. And Esther McCuckin is the goal. Look at the celebration on the pitch, in the stands in front of us. All the Cambridge squad celebrating a moment that they will really, really enjoy for a long, long time.
And so they should, especially McCuckin. How good was that run? That's the second time we've seen her slightly open up, but that one absolutely backed herself. That's the first time we've really seen Cambridge move the ball to the outside channels off a set piece.
Thank you.
Yeah, she still had lots of work to do here, stepping on the inside, and then just puts the afterburners on, head down, grit, determination to finish the try, to get her team on the board. All the Oxford shirts chasing back, but no match for McCuckin's pace.
A 60-metre run to light blue fame. It's going to be Sarah Crozier taking over the kicking. The Most difficult of kicks to start with. Not really going to threaten the post, but never mind, they're on the board. Important for everybody concerned. Esther McCookin and Ellie Kildun fans, so I think Miss Kildun would have been quite happy with that 60-metre jog.
Absolutely. She did what Ellie Kildun does, has a little look up, sees a bit of space and just takes it. Backs herself.
Of course, Oxford's still down to 14 at the moment. Liv Rosin just warming up in front of us here, ready to get back in the action.
Hands in. Number 5.
Hands
in, she's not first.
Number 5. It's Hedges. That's what you don't want to do. Have a score against you, then compound it with more errors.
Release!
And Cambridge just seeing a bit more confidence in their body language now. Tripp and Edwards moving out to the skipper. Izzy Miller juggles with it but keeps it in possession. And there's the try scorer. Another penalty call against the Dark Blues.
Number 10, hands in.
Oxford just going to have to reset their discipline levels. That's 2-3 penalties now at the breakdowns.
Sorry, just go on your own.
Three players defending McCurran there. Well aware of what damage she can do.
She's on her way.
Liv Rosin back in for Oxford, and coming on our opposite number now, Charlotte Cooper.
Yes, please, Cambridge, let's
giving
go.
Sydney Sussex their first representative this varsity. Freya Sharp making way.
No compete, we'll play.
Just a bit of confusion on that substitution because Sophie Martin thought she was coming off too, but
that's a good clear out.
Number 8 resets herself, and Oxford pick and drive.
You've held it there,
Morley. And the handling of Naomi Thornton just not quite up to what she was hoping for her impact off the bench, and it's going to be a scrum put in on halfway for the Light Blues.
Sophie Martin was literally a meter from coming off the pitch there, where big as Phoebe Jackson was like, what are you doing? You're still playing. Get back on.
Coach! Bind! Set! Come up. You've just gone down. Just get your feet underneath you. Scrummage over the mark, okay? Reset, please.
Just see here, Oxford's got nobody in the backfield. If I was looking up here, I'd be thinking, I'm going to kick this over, and McCurran will definitely have the pace to get in behind.
Yeah, Lucy Hamers on the left of the scrum as she's looking at it. So 4 and 2 straight line defence with no sweeper. But Martin goes to the left, loses the ball, but it's still there, I think. Oh no, it's Hawley again. She seems to have been everywhere, in the loose, in the open.
No release, you're the tackler. 7, no hands. You can't play the 9.
Fuller pinged, and Shams going to get things moving again quickly. Release to Kate Mitchell. Mitchell going down a very narrow corridor at the moment, but it's still there. Does well to set it back. Wow, that was a tackle from Fuller. Out of the blocks very quickly, the young second rower. Goodman. Hawley calling the shots, putting people into position, and then threatening and terrorising the defence. Offload is there. The cutback is good, and the try is in the bag for Tilly Lees. Played her first ever rugby against the Tigers last year. And now the engineering student from Keble College has made a mark on Blues varsity.
We're going to turn
There's been a double impact from Lees and Mitchell. Brilliant pace on the outside and the footwork on to play back in. The referee's just checking on the injury. I don't think we're checking anything else on the try.
Okay. Just winded.
I don't think we have TMO in position for this varsity, so I'm presuming it is just the injury to that Cambridge player.
Yeah, send her on, yeah. They are making a change for you. Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be a change anyway with Lucy Harding coming on. There she is, wearing 18.
Just wait.
I think that's Erin Fuller.
I'll tell you when, and you'll get that full time. When I put time back on, yeah, of course. Okay. Time is back on. Thank you.
Erin Fuller just being helped from the pitch as Chloe Marie Hawley lines up her 5th kick at goal, and she's on target today.
She hasn't put her foot wrong, has she?
11 sub. 11.
Been really dynamic around the pitch, adding those extra 2 points on from the tries. I'm really impressed with her this afternoon. Her running game is taken to another level this year, but the number of turnovers in the breakdown has been influential. But here, just the simple hands, managing to get the ball away. Harris Lovett there, find a way to get the offload, and then just the leg drive to get over from Lees. Brilliant work try.
As you mentioned earlier, Harris Lovett seems to be near the ball all the time. I know apparently she can do a 5K in under 16 minutes. I'd take under 16 hours and I'll be happy, but
5.
It's
yeah, you can see that out there. She's got such an engine on her.
She's everywhere, isn't she?
And she's going looking for the ball, and that's what you want from your players. You want them to be hungry, you want them to be excited to even get on the ball. Defensively, she's put in some brilliant tackles. That link play on those outside channels. And there's some celebrations already going on the sideline.
Yeah, lots of emotions on this sideline as they realise how big a day it has been for some of these young ladies. Emily Patterson now on, describes herself as a very high-level chemistry student. Not quite sure what that means, but she's now a blue.
No, you're on the body, not the ball.
It's the light blues trying to work their way back into position to make another mark on the scoreboard. Good line cut by Martin. She's another one who's had a very prominent game. Good take from Amelia Edwards. Good job, she's a good cricketer. That was pulled in from above her head.
You need to be first, don't put them hands in. Number 6,
coach's box
hands
right
in.
next to us. You can just hear them saying about let's move the ball a bit more. It's playing those channels. The space is there. Just the accuracy of pass at times is just what's letting them down. And you know, that split second which allows the defence to be able to get up and challenge you or force an error or push you back.
Number 6.
Charlotte Cooper stepping up to take kicking responsibility now in the absence
just awareness
of
around the
Cherry
breakdown.
Chan.
Just twice now, so just be aware, okay?
Just see how the two teams are going to set up now with the replacements that have come off the bench. Of course, the flexibility and positioning is far more obvious in the women's game than maybe in the men's.
We'll hold the ball.
It can allow players to mix and match their positions far more readily.
Yeah, we'll just hold the ball.
Well, Sam is just getting her contact lens back in.
That freaks me out. Yeah, good. Go when you're ready, please.
Sarah Crozier taking over hooking duties, or certainly line-out hooking duties.
Talk about versatility. She's also been taking conversions.
Oh, used to play football at Durham University, so she's not averse to putting a boot through the ball. Again, Sanchez Arroyo always willing to do those hard yards, always stepping up. There is Crozier, good tackle coming through.
Wacker's been good, hasn't she, on both sides of the ball.
Related to the royal family of Abia State, apparently, in Nigeria, so I'm told. So we have royalty amongst us. Not just Burford, MBE, CBE, or whatever you are.
There's actual royalty on the field.
proper royalty.
Yeah. Advantage over.
Good leg drive from Thornton. Light's going orienteering and showing her leg drive there. Great take from Hawley and the offload as well. And it's Harris Lovett who gets her second try. That was made by her captain. My goodness me, Hawley is having some game.
That was absolute quality from her. Just attacks the line. You can see Cambridge just slightly shoot out and invite her into that space, but the critical piece is her getting her hands free. And we've talked about her all game, Amelia Harris Lovett.
Number 9,
talked about her engine, being on the shoulders, being ready, being alive, and then still has the turn of pace as well to get through.
Sub and number 1 sub. Yeah. Let me know when that's complete. Thank you.
Suddenly everything sticking in the Oxford back line. Some beautiful handling. Scott Hall will be delighted with his charges, as will Paul Evans, the backs coach as well, I dare say. Hawley adds another 2.
She really has led her team so well today, hasn't she? Both from an action point of view, but also creating these opportunities for her team. Look at that step again off that left foot, and then the pace to get away. Brilliant try from Harris Lovett there.
So all sorts of changes going on within both camps now to make sure that all 46 players in the groups have blues
Nothing's coming, we'll take the knock on.
added to their name. Ruby Sheehan coming on as scrum half now, another of the ex-Dubai contingent. Chloe Marie Hawley and Sophie Shams, all educated over in Dubai, and as was Tiana Lane Williamson, the left winger for Cambridge, and now Ruby Sheehan adds to that quartet, or completes the quartet, I should say. There she is with ball in hand.
Set!
Well, the ball goes into the clutches of Lilleberry. There's Hawley to keep things moving. Shans, lovely little layoff to Berry.
No hands now, don't touch
Berry
it.
just getting turned the wrong way, but the ball's still back for Oxford. Morley with a leg drive to get over that white line that is the Cambridge 22. Good transference, Hawley. Pass just dipping to the feet of the supporting runner, not quite working out there, but the confidence just emanating from this Oxford team now. With the scoreline such as it is, game is done, I'm afraid, from that point of view, and they are really enjoying themselves whenever they get ball in hand.
Yeah, just those offloads between Shams and Berry and Corley. You know, one of those occasions the player wasn't even there, but just the confidence to know that they will arrive. You know, and all of that comes from experience, playing together. They've had a long season, they've had lots of games to trial and test these combinations.
There's Harris Lovett, her day is done.
She's had an exceptional game.
Yep. Sophie Martin desperately trying to keep her team on the front foot. Crozier. Good determination from the loose head. Breaking through the first contact. Looking at the short side, but there's a welcoming committee waiting there. Cambridge, to their credit, keeping going, bashing against this Oxford wall, but gradually that blue line moves its way forward, putting pressure on the ball carrier. Maddie Warnes, a fresher, getting her first blue, scored a remarkable try. Oh no, was it a cover tackle, I think, and 50 metres or so to get the cover tackle in against UAE. And it was at Grange Road. Very impressive work. Impressive again from Sanchez Arroyo.
Take him back in. Retreat, go back, 5, go back.
Tripp gets the clearance, and unfortunately Lucy Hamer can't pick up cleanly.
Yeah, sometimes this surface can accelerate the bounce of the ball on a kick up.
Rebecca Miller on, wearing 17. What a journey it's been for her. Last year she was on the Jags bench, so quite a promotion for the Hamilton student. Also coming on, that was Benita Detal, another Sydney Sussex student. Tripp. Passing just not accurate enough, and it's Shams who picks up the pieces. Morley, transferences there, out to Lopez Guay, and she scoots round all defenders to get her name on the scorebook too.
Well, it's a well taken try, feeding off the errors from Cambridge. Just things not quite going to hand, trying to force a few things. You want them to have that ambition, but you've got to be accurate. You've got to be able to make those passes stick, because a well organised, confident feeling team such as Oxford are just going to keep capitalising on every single mistake that you make.
I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, I know.
Chloe Marie Hawley, never far from the action in this game. The Oxford captain slides another 2 points through to take her team to 47.
Time is off.
So a dozen points from the boot of the dark blue skip. There she is. She's got to be a contender for the Bunting Peggers Award, you would think, the player of the match, in honour of the two original captains of this contest back in 1988, back in Iffley Road. Heather Lawrence, now Bunting, the Oxford captain, and Sophia Merchandani, now Peggers, the Cambridge captain. Of course, it was Peggers who actually scored the winning try on that
let's speed it
occasion,
up or
but
let's
that's
make a
who the
change,
Player of the Match medal is named after. And we'll find out soon who this year's nomination will be. Some work being done there on Daisy Heinz. Started at fullback for the Pumas last season, but in the second row in the engine room for the Blues this. Morley. Yeah, and this is going to be a yellow card, I think, for Sanchez Arroyo. There's been so many warnings.
That's on me. It's a yellow card.
And
so
I
we're not
think
gonna
the
go for it.
Spanish second row is going to finish
Number
this
5,
game
hold
watching
tackle.
from the sidelines.
Yeah.
The break from Shams, up over halfway. Not pulled down, gets the leg drive going. Hawley looks at the inside where Leila Berry is waiting. Again, the offload is good. The continuity is there now for the dark blues, and it's relentless for this light blue line. Goodman. Cutting back on the angle is Charlotte Scowen, and I think she's got there. She's looking to see who finished that off. Try number 8 is in the bag.
Somebody right in the middle there.
It was Charlotte Scowen.
For the build-up from that with Sophie Shams yet again. The show and go, and the seas just parted for her, really got them on the front foot, and then that offloading game that has just become so brilliant from Oxford Blues in this second half. Come from that confidence, you know, when you've got a big scoreboard lead, you tend to take more chances than not. They're paying off for them.
The half century is up, the metaphorical bat is raised as Hawley looks to line up her 7th conversion of this game. Ooh, she's missed one. Well, Scowen, here's one that I don't understand. Scowen describes herself as an international Victorian comedy opera champion. Any ideas?
No ideas. We should definitely ask after.
I love it because I've never heard of it before. I don't even know what Victorian comedy opera consists of, but she's a champion, and she certainly made her mark on this. Hawley just
We got this, forwards. Come on.
losing concentration momentarily. Maybe this is an opportunity for Cambridge to get themselves into double figures before this day is done.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go, please. Have you got anyone to go in the second? Yeah.
See the back line there, just assessing their options, having a look around, making sure, you know, these are the critical moments. Making sure everybody's on the same page. Let's take this chance. A couple of minutes left in the game. Let's finish the game on our terms and on a high.
McCookin tries to rescue the flow and gets good drive into the Oxford 22. Lucy Harding.
All back.
Crozier. And the ball's turned over, and now Oxford will almost certainly try and go from deep. 3 minutes left on the clock, but there's another penalty at the breakdown. Holding on from Mel Morley.
Number 8, holding on.
Crozier over that ball. And they're calling for the tee here.
Shot called.
Well, Charlotte Cooper is the one who called for it. She's going to take the kick. Good kick from the replacement. Last couple of minutes of the 2026 Women's Varsity. Hawley, as ever, gets things moving for the Dark Blues. Good tackle from Shams.
No, release, you're not first.
Keeping the ball carrier in or around the 22-metre line.
You can't play the 9.
Over
Number 6, that's
enthusiastic
3
on
times
the
in the breakdown.
light blue scrum half.
That's 3 times.
Shams just getting a last warning there, I think, from the referee, albeit
penalty, though.
inside the last 70 seconds or so.
It just shows that Oxford really haven't taken their foot off the gas in this game, have they?
Yep.
Hawley there running to the halfway line, wants to get the kick-off ready. Cambridge still running back, getting set from the penalty kick that they just got awarded. They're after blood, and they keep going after it, regardless of what that scoreline says. They still want more.
Speed it up, please.
Yes, it has been a relentless performance from the Dark Blues, no question.
Set the gap.
Their experience and attacking prowess really has come to the fore, particularly in this second half. Miller just losing it as she came back down to terra firma. And Oxford looking to finish on the highest of highs. Shams not throwing the 50-50 pass, but that's it. Looks like Izzy Lundberg has had enough. She wants to start the celebrating now. The party begins as the Dark Blues go back to back in the Varsity. A big performance from Oxford to run in 8 tries against their opposition this year, and the scoreline tells it all. Big smiles in the Dark Blue camp with a full-time score that reads Oxford University 52, Cambridge University 8. Well, credit to everybody out on that pitch, some of which have not had a lot of rugby experience before, but all those in light blue can hold their heads up for all the work that they've done. And the winner of the Bunting Peggers Award has been announced as the Oxford skip, number 10, Chloe Marie Hawley, deservedly getting that award. We'll catch up with her in a minute as the two teams congratulate each other. A dominant performance, Rach. There was only really one winner in it, even at half-time at 19-0.
Yeah, for me, Oxford just far too good on the day. They didn't have the perfect performance, but what they did do was take their opportunity. They were ruthless. See there.
Thank you, cheers.
Player of the match, Chloe Marie Hawley, walking in. She was superb. Ball in hand, organising. Her leadership really shone through. Defensively, worked so hard as well to get her team the ball back. Really, really bright spark throughout that whole game. Really brought Oxford to life and was the deserved player of the match. I think there's a few emotions down there as well. Her fourth blue, super experienced, and it really did show today.
Yes, it was an all-court display from the Oxford skip, no question. Very, very impressive. Let's get down pitch side to Dave, who is talking to the winner of our Bunting Peggers Award, Chloe Marie Hawley.
Chloe, congratulations, your fourth blue and now a winning captain as well. Take us through the emotions right now.
There's just too many emotions. This season has been a roller coaster. Haven't played a lot. We've had a very tough season, but this team is one of the most united, resilient teams that we've ever had at ERFC. Best year, and to win it as captain and now to be player of the match is something super special, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without those 23 girls outside me who have been putting their hearts out in the season and we played for each other today, and that's why we won.
You mentioned pre-match as well. We saw that you like to express yourselves in possession. We certainly saw that today with you driving a lot of those attacks and finding those gaps to exploit.
Yeah, I mean, that is my style of play, and our DNA this season has been express yourself. Everyone express yourself. The forwards, you saw a lot of forwards tries there, a lot of tips, a lot of zips. You know, that's what our team is about, elevating ourselves to be the best for each other.
And you mentioned it there, that keyword resilience. That's something that you have brought in as captain with a crowning achievement here at Varsity.
Yeah, I mean, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that's been the motto of this season, and I'm so glad it's paid off.
Well, Chloe, I'll let you go and celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we're just about to take part now in the post-match presentation ceremony. Once again,
Got a coach as well. Scott, congratulations winning Varsity here. You mentioned pre-match. This is the final year for a lot of these ladies on the pitch today. What a way to go out.
Yeah, no, absolutely amazing. We just said in the huddle then, the players that will be moving on this year obviously going to miss them massively, not just as players but as people. They're fantastic, turn up on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then also really proud of the players that have come off the bench that are probably less experienced in terms of their rugby journey, but seeing out a game, adding energy, puts us in good stead for next year as well. So in terms of what we're trying to build as a programme, really, really proud, and yeah, seeing everyone buy in's been awesome.
Back-to-back winners, so much experience in this side. How do you move forward now after enjoying this amazing moment?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the biggest thing that we've taken in this year was having our 3 teams all training together, so we're all on the same page, we have the same playbook. That development, we brought in more coaches this year, and I think that's the way you grow a programme, so actually from the 3rd team into the 2nd team into the 1st team, players are developing, and yeah, I think that's kind of the way that we grow it, and they work really, really hard as well in training, so no, completely deserved.
Well, Coach, your captain and player of the match, Chloe, absolutely incredible performance from her this afternoon. Resilience being the word that she wanted to install in this side. With a scoreline like that, that certainly was resilient.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, first of all, Chloe's been instrumental. They call it the captain's curse. When you get announced as captain, you pick up a lot of injuries. She had quite a few injuries this year, a few concussions, a few hand injuries. But yeah, the way that she leads by example, the way that she brings the team back in, nice and calm, refocus is brilliant. And as a rugby player, she's fantastic, as you saw her today. I think it was nearly 100% completion off the tee, and also when she gets a chance to run wild, creating opportunities, yeah, she's just so infectious into what she does as a team. So yeah, been awesome to work with this year.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I'll let you go and celebrate with your side.
Cheers.
Well, there's the trophy lift on the other side of the pitch, and jubilation, as you can imagine, in the dark blue camp.
Do you want me to stay on this mic,
Expression
or do you want me to use the studio
was
mic?
the buzzword, no question about that. Wonderful play from Oxford. They really have worked so hard and showed so well to run in 8 tries in this 2026 Varsity, the 39th Varsity match for women, and that is the 23rd victory for those in dark blue. So a special moment for all involved with the Oxford group. It really has been very impressive, the work that they've put out through the course of this game. Let's get down to Dave and Amy and Tamara and see what they thought of that 80 minutes of varsity action.
So final score here then at StoneX, 52-8 to Oxford. What a performance from Oxford this afternoon. Amy, I mean, player of the match, she was absolutely incredible, number 10.
Yeah, definitely. We highlighted Hawley at the start, at half-time, and she kept putting her mark down. Not the most conventional 10, ran a lot with the ball, but you could just see that energy that she gave her teammates and the way they wanted to play with that offloading game. It just fed into that way she carried to the line and kept the ball alive. And then obviously keeping the points ticking over with her kicking and her boot as well over the post for the conversions.
Well, tomorrow it wasn't meant to be for Cambridge this afternoon, but they did get a try pretty impressively as well. And like we said right at the start, this is a side that's still starting their journey for Varsity.
Yeah, definitely a lot of experience was gained in that 80 minutes today. And actually, I thought they managed the second half potentially a lot better than we were concerned that they might, with the conditions, with the wind coming into their face. They actually started to move the ball a little bit, got a little bit more depth in attack a couple of times, and they just kept tackling right until the end. So there's definitely a lot of lessons learnt in there.
Absolutely. So, ladies, let's summarise this up one more time, shall we? What a game it was between these two sides. Oxford, great in possession. They said that's what they were aiming to do, and they certainly expressed themselves this afternoon.
Definitely, they've put the mark down, and they've definitely finished on a high for a lot of those girls who are going out there for the final time. But my favourite bit for me was from where we were sitting, we could see the bench. And for both teams, you could see when someone came off and they just achieved their blue, or whether it was their first ever blue, someone came on to replace a blood bin and realised that they'd earned the honour of earning their blue, and it was so lovely to see them celebrating together as a team, and that's ultimately what they'll take away from today.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Amy. I was going to say tomorrow that with the Cambridge side, whenever there was a substitution, they never stopped smiling, no matter the score.
Absolutely, and I think Jackson said it, the club captain, that it's about being part of a family, and that's what rugby is, and especially university rugby. You feel like you're really part of something special. It's been a really special occasion here today, so they should be very proud.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. Tamara, Amy, you've been absolutely fantastic. That's it from us, though, for the 39th edition of Varsity here at the StoneX Stadium. This time round, Oxford have their name on the trophy. It all could be different once again next year. Join us for the 40th edition. We'll see you then.